Hi and welcome to a new episode of Product Release Notes, where we present the latest updates and improvements in Omega 365.
Yes, that's right. And in today's episode, we will be presenting fresh updates within the following areas: documents, resource management, workflows, general, and checklists. And let's start by looking at the document register. We have changed the base filters that are available on top here. Before, it was an option to select latest. Now we've simplified things, and basically what you see by default is the latest revision. And then you have different options to include or exclude various other statuses of the documents. So let's say here now I'm seeing all the latest revisions of the documents. I may want to exclude the drafts, because in some cases, let's say here we have a procedure where we have this sample accounting procedure where we have both a released revision of a document and we have a new one that we're working on. So it's very relevant, of course, to know about that draft revision for some of the users, and some will be accessing that one. If you're not interested in seeing the drafts, you just exclude it by ticking here. Another update in documents is in the review app. If there are many other reviewers that are reviewing the document at the same time, it could happen, of course, that while you are reviewing, other comments are made as well. And now we have a little indication that some new comments has been added since you opened up this app. You can see it here that it's indicated, and you click on that one and it will load the comments from that review as well. Finally, document templates. That's something that we have in the document register, that you can tick that this is a document template. These templates are now available in a separate app called Document Templates. And if you have access to the template, for example, by the template has been published to an org unit that you have access to, it will appear here. So in a way, it's looking up in the organization structure. So if you are in a context down in the hierarchy and it's been published to an org unit higher up, it will become available in document templates. In resource management, we have also some updates. One key thing is that we now added support for rate category. So on an assignment, you can specify which category this rate belongs to. And like in this case, we have a junior engineer, and the rate will be populated automatically based on that. It's possible to override it, so I can still put in, let's say that for this specific assignment, it's another rate. It's still possible. So in the Omega 365 setup app, you will see where you can update these different rate categories. Let's have a look at workflows and some important updates that we've introduced in this release, and start by looking at what we call verification actions that you can add to a workflow process. So let's have a look at this audit findings process. Here we have a verify step. And if we go here to verifications, you will see that there are two verifications that needs to be done. Compliance needs to be verified by quality assurance and by system administrator. So we assigned it to a role. So persons that are member of these roles have the possibility then to verify before you can proceed to the next step. Because it's not possible to proceed to the next step if there are verifications that needs to be done. And these verifications can be done in parallel.
So that's per step.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if we have a look at a specific workflow, so here we have an audit finding. It's been executed, and we take it to the next step. And we will see here that there are now verification action for system administrator. I'm a member of the system administrator role, so I have the possibility to verify compliance. So if I go and approve, and we haven't got it verified by quality assurance yet, but let's try to now close this audit finding, and I will go to close. I will get a message saying that I cannot proceed because we need to get it verified by the other role as well. Okay, moving on to the next update in workflows. We have now something called publish to domain. That means like here we have a project change. We would like these project changes to be made available for everyone in that domain. So let's say there is a contractor user that would like or should be able to see these project changes, even if the workflow is handling an org unit above where he has his access. By utilizing this option, these workflows will become available for that user. And we have a little illustration here that we can use. As you can see here, we have the organization structure, and we have project A, which is also set as a domain. So these org units, contractor A, B, and C, belongs to this org unit, which is part of this domain. So we have this workflow, additional escape route, which is project change, and we said on that we're going to publish it to the domain. So all these workflows that are part of this type will become available for contractor A, B, and C.
Yep. While
these other examples here will not become available for the other parties. So in this case, we have a arranged meeting. It's stored here on project A. It will not become available for any of these. Contractor B can, of course, see deviation from X and Y requirement, but contractor C and A cannot because it hasn't been published to the domain.
Yep. Okay, let's have a look at some improvements in the general. And first we'll go to help pages. So in your question mark, we have the options to add specific links when you are in one specific app, but you can also add global links. So navigating to system apps, going into help pages, you can see that we have here a couple of examples. The ones marked purple are global ones. So we have some specific for some apps, and we have a couple global. You can set this up with a name and a URL. And if we go and have a look at the question mark, we have the general help, which is available in all applications, as well as improve Omega, contribute to us with a suggestion, request internal IT support, and Omega 365 product videos. And these then can be specific for each app. So if you have one procedure, user guide for one app, you specify for only that app, and then ones for the global. Next thing we have is bookmarks. So we have standard bookmarks that you can add for each app, but you can also now personalize a bookmark. So in this case, we have navigated to document register. We have filtered for procedures in a specific context. You can navigate to profile, choose bookmark this URL, and we can say that these are procedures for NEB project. And save this, and we'll now have a specific bookmark that we can go to, and you will see that this will be filtered for this context and procedures. Next is checklist, and we have added language translation support. So you have a base language on a checklist, and in this case it's Norwegian, and for us speaking English here now, it would be great if this checklist could be shown in English. And we are auto-translating them into different languages, Danish, English, Portuguese, and Swedish for now. We can go here and choose English, and we now have the checklist in English, and we can execute it as well.
Thank you for watching, and see you next time.